Right, here is the camp. It is Sunday and we're getting ready to leave. Still have the fire going. The tent is empty. I just need to take it down. Everything is going pretty good. Now we're on for a walk.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you're going to talk. All right, here is another really cool spot in Weldon Springs. This is the Schoolhouse, and I kept telling my husband I wanted to come, and he said, "No, babe, you've been here before." No, I really haven't. So we stopped. This here is talking about the Prairie State, about the different grasses and flowers. I'm interested in the history of this school. Rod, do you know the history of the school?
No.
You don't? You never cared?
They moved it from somewhere else, so it isn't actually from here.
Okay.
It was a transplant. That's a trail.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've been on that trail. I don't think it's that exciting.
Right.
It says moderate, but
Yeah.
it's...
Okay.
It's
But we have the Union School, we have the Town Hall, and wetlands.
Yeah. So
All
we
right.
can go to the school right now. And
Yeah. It's just a pretty little area. They've mowed right here the prairie grasses. Of course, these aren't, super high like they were in Minnesota.
They're pretty tall.
But they're pretty tall.
Let's see.
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful. And this area is Salt Creek area. Guys, definitely Google Salt Creek. A lot of Indian history out here. Early settlers came out here. My husband wants to ring the bell. I don't think it rings anymore, but he's going to find out. That looks like the Liberty Bell. It does still ring. I didn't think it would.
That's too loud. I don't want to do that anymore.
That's awfully heavy, too.
They've done a nice job out there.
I didn't think it'd work. The bell. I thought it was stationary. Beautiful flowers.
It's got pressure. It'll work.
There you go. It's coming out.
Laura, we have water.
Do it one more time. One more time.
One more time.
Okay. It is cold. Oh, that feels good. That's cold water. Nice. Okay, guys. I am about to go into the town hall. And isn't that pretty? It's just a quiet, simple little place. This, too, was moved here. And this is not the original door. So let's go in. This here is the town hall. And basically, there's a lot of historical animals. As you see, there's fossils, rocks, that type of thing. The woman that we spoke to was very nice and very knowledgeable. She actually just started working about a month ago. This has been closed for years because there was nobody there to really take care of it. So they found people and they are now opening it up. And they're doing a lot of work, cleaning and labeling. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry, that's not labeled, and this isn't labeled." That's fine. Thank you for being here, and thank you for opening this up to us. Look at that turkey. I mean, that's a real turkey. It's huge. And as we're out camping, I've seen turkeys in Dawson Lake, and I knew they were out here, too. Look at those bones. Isn't that like almost like creepy? Can you see that? Yikes. It's a skeleton. Just just a fun place. And this is really cool for kids. They're coming here, they're learning about their world around them. And right now, children, their world around them is their hometown, is their 30-mile area. This is really neat too. This tree was born in 1878. That's old. Look at the owl watching me. The fishing poles are, they were donated and people can use them. I guess Boy Scouts, I think she said, had some of these poles out right now. And they made these. They went to Dollar Store, picked up a bunch of these colanders, and they made these wonderful bug catchers for kids just to hang out and catch bugs. I love that idea. So there you have it. Just a simple area. Look at the floor. And I can't remember when this building was built.
It was right there.
Anybody know when this building was built?
I have no idea.
All right, I'll ask her.
Yeah, I have
Thank
no idea.
you.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I thought she was talking to something else. Sorry.
Nope, anybody who'll listen. Thank
Nope,
you.
you're fine. Yeah.
All right, I will let you know, but how old? Huh? Isn't that great? And these, I do not believe these cabinets are as old as the building. These here I know are very old. I remember these in my own library as a child. It was a library that was built back in 1700s, the building was. I don't know how old those cabinets are though. I'll find out and I'll let you know. We are not sure when this building was built. My husband does remember as a child though, this building being driven down the street. And they remember kind of where it was from, but nobody really knows the actual date that this was built. Nobody that I've talked to today. So it's an old building. It might be 1860s. It might be earlier or later. Look at those old windows. That's cool. Beautiful, beautiful place. And it was built strong enough that they were able to move it 5-10 miles down the road. And it's not easy to move a home. And I know a lot of you, oh, I almost fell into a hole. I know a lot of you understand. You don't just move a house easily. It was built well. This is where they came to vote, where they hung out. My husband remembers that this building, the town hall, was built near a church. So that's all we really know. And here it is at Weldon Springs, and I'm so glad that it is. Look at the old playground. God forbid kids play there anymore. Swings and a slide, and look, it's all hard dirt underneath. That's the way we used to play. And we live to tell about it. And look, are those outhouses? So here we are at the back of the house, or the back of the town hall. And the lady showed me something very interesting. As I walk over here, look, toilet paper holders. This town hall actually had the bathrooms, the outhouses, the privy, whatever you want to call it, right up against the building. Isn't that a riot? And I had seen this cutout, and I thought it was a wall that they had built over a door. No, that's where the outhouse was. Amazing. I love it. And she also showed us hazelnuts. Right here. Aren't those interesting? I didn't realize those are hazelnuts. That's what they look like as they're growing. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, here is the schoolhouse, and it was built in 1865, and it was moved here. Not exactly sure where it was moved from. But I'm going to go in here. My husband is in here talking with the curator, and she does not want to be filmed. So I'm going to go over into a different area. This here is just a bunch of taxidermy. All these wonderful animals. I don't know how they got here, where they were found, but of course they were found in this area. And this is a very good learning tool for children. Look at the beaver. He's so tall. The bobcat. I figure he'd be bigger. And then some owls here. Snowy owl, maybe? Look at how old this is. Isn't that beautiful? 1865. And here's the stove. Yes, Abraham Lincoln grew up pretty much close to this area. He lived in, was he from Missouri, Kentucky? I think he was born in Kentucky, but then he moved
to southern Indiana,
mm-hmm.
and then eventually he lived over by, as a young man, lived over by Petersburg.
Petersburg, and there is a wonderful home there in Petersburg. Old Salem, what is that? New Salem. It's called New Salem. Old Salem, New Salem. Abraham Lincoln was close to this area. There's actually different places in this area that Abraham Lincoln was at, and the David Davis Mansion is one of those places that Abraham Lincoln went to. David Davis was a lawyer, and that home is in Bloomington, Illinois. And I thought this was wonderful. Helen Keller came here to speak at the Chautauqua. The Chautauqua was a big party, kind of so to speak, that they would have here. And it's an Indian name. And people would come and they would speak. People would come from miles around, bring their picnic baskets, and have a wonderful time. This here, look at how beautiful this is. I love it. And look at these old desks. And I can't say it again. 1865. How amazing. These small children would sit in these desks. And the teacher, of course, was right up here. And she would teach from there. The president's picture was always hung. And look, there's even penmanship. Children aren't taught penmanship anymore. It's an amazing, amazing building. I'm going to take you over here. Now, I remember Laura Ingalls Wilder talking about a tablet. So not like ours. It was chalk. And here's a piece of chalk. Children would write with chalk on their chalkboard, and that's how they learned. They would do their arithmetic, their spelling on a chalkboard. They had them up top here with the teacher, but that's how they learned. And then they had little books, which are so not like ours anymore. And I hope they might have one of them here, a speller, I can't even remember the name that they would call them. There was a specific book that had like a little bit of everything in it. This here I thought was interesting. All these kids went to this school, 1812. I thought that was neat. And the picture is numbered. I think this one here was numbered. Each child has a number, and you can, somewhere, there's a list of names. So if you're from this area, you could figure out who is who. I want to go over here to the books. Isn't this beautiful? How pretty. An old piano. in here, just tons of old books. Here's an everyday reader. Here's an arithmetic we use. Here's the history of the United States. Wonderful. Oh gosh, I'd love this on my stove. Isn't that great? Fill it up with water. Use it for your tea, your coffee, whatever. Yep. Ooh, what a beautiful place. Guys, if you're in this area, Weldon Springs is where you need to come. Lots of great history. Lots of wonderful, wonderful things to see. Thanks for watching.